All right, guys, welcome back to another Real Talk episode. Today, we're going to be talking about all things Samson manufacturing. Actually, not all things, but specifically the things that I have experience with, which are the SAS folding stock right here, their vertical foregrips, as well as the BRE, the bufferless receiver extension. We're going to talk about these products. It's not going to be a crazy long video because we don't need to overcomplicate the subject. It's a very basic subject. But with that being said, if you guys want to support the channel, you can head on over to brownells.com using the link in the description below and use bro code RDB10. That saves you 10% off over there. If the code doesn't work for whatever reason, some products are excluded and there's a minimum of $150 or more for the order, then if you still use that link in the description, it will still support the channel. So thank you guys for doing that. It is a huge help. Also, just liking, commenting, and subscribing. I know it's played out, but just talking shit in the comment section helps, guys. So thank you to everyone who does that. Lastly, we do have a discount code. I'll throw it out there at the beginning of the video. If you want to shop around as we're talking about it, it is RDB10 as well over on samsonmanufacturing.com. I do not get any kickback for that. That is purely to save you guys some money and because I believe in these products and the company. So with that being said, guys, let's start with this setup that we have right here. This is the Sig Spear LT chambered in 5.56. This is the 11.5 5.56 SPR that you guys can see right here. So this guy has two things from Samson on there, the vertical foregrip and the SAS stock. So I guess we could just simply start up with the vertical foregrips. There's nothing really complicated about it. They have come out with their Gen 2 units, or their Gen 2 model, I guess you could call it. That's shaved off a little bit more of the aluminum. So there you go. Just throw it on the ground, why don't you? Good thing there's no retakes on this Real Talk stuff. But it is just simply put, it is a direct M-lock mount. So you have this piece that bolts up to the bottom of the handguard, M-lock, directly. That's aluminum, as well as the mount itself is aluminum. I believe this bolt that actually threads into the mount is steel, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. But it's got a little like retainer thing in there so it won't fall through the bottom, obviously. But it's toolless. And I love this because if you ever shoot, off of different types of barricades and whatnot, it's very convenient to be able to just pull this off ahead of time, put it in your pocket, put it in a pouch, and have a more flat surface to run with. Or again, depending on the type of barricade you're running, or if you're running a bag or whatnot, it is nice to have this to be able to push against a barricade as well. So I love these. This is their shorty in the grenade pattern. So this is obviously an FDE as well, but it's their short version. I did ask them if they could make it just a little bit longer, almost like the Tango down grip on their V2, just to like give it like a 1/4 inch longer, because I like it that it's short, because most of the time I am just running this C-clamp grip, right? But if the gun gets really hot when you're running it suppressed, and that happens, if you shoot enough, the gun gets really hot. If you want to come off of that and grab something just right here, it's just not quite enough. I do have a really big hand, but you could see it's not quite long enough, and they do make a longer version. So I can already hear somebody speaking in the comment section, hey, Range Day, bro, they make a longer one. Yeah, it's right here. And just this is called the medium length, but to me, this is more like a super long broomstick handle. So this does fit my whole hand, but honestly, if they had one where the bottom ended like right about here, I think that'd be perfect aesthetically and function-wise, because I don't need my whole hand, because I'm very rarely, like I said, unless I'm running this gun super hot, gonna ever grab it like that. So I just don't like that can get hung up on stuff. I don't like how it looks personally. So again, that's my one critique. I'm already critiquing this company. I love their stuff. That's why I'm doing this review for them. They didn't ask me to do this, but this is just something I think is worth talking about because it is very nice. Let's just put this Ferox on here off of camera so we don't get struck down. But here we have my Super Duty upper, and it is also sporting that shorty grenade VFG in tan. So yeah, this is by far my favorite aesthetically looking and feeling. I don't know why I like that it's aluminum. Again, it's kind of like these steel reinforced QD cups. Like, I've never had an issue with just the aluminum ones, like getting stripped out or anything, but I just like the fact that it's an aluminum handguard or vertical grip versus having a polymer one. Again, the polymer ones, I have no reason to suspect they're not strong enough. It is purely like a personal thing. Like, I can't get over, like, I just like the fact that it's aluminum better. So that's pretty cool. That's, again, I'm already overcomplicating a very simple subject. Now let's move to the SAS stock. Yeah, by the way, I want one of these VFGs on every single one of my guns. I love these. Samson, for full disclosure, Samson did send me these vertical foregrips and the stocks that we're going to talk about. So keep that in mind, but it was at my request because I was looking for, that's actually how I discovered Samson. I didn't even know who they were. I don't know. Hopefully I'm helping in their marketing push, but I didn't know who they were until I looked up aluminum M-lock direct mounted vertical foregrips, because the only other one I could find was the rail scales. and it's like $120. Now these aren't exactly cheap, but for the money, they're an absolute bargain. I think they're like 60 or 70 bucks. Don't quote me on that, but they're not nearly as expensive as that Rail Scales one. And again, I just love them. So for full disclosure, they did send me this stuff, but I'm giving you my honest opinion. Again, I don't have to make this video. I just really like this stuff. Now going to the SAS stock, by far, out of the stocks that I've used, 1913 stock adapters, this is by far the best. The ones that I've used is JMac and the Midwest Industry. So I don't have experience with every single one out there in the world, but from the ones that I felt that friends have different types, like the SIGs and all that, this is still the best by far. It's got a simple push button right here. So to fold it, again, it's not one of those where you have to like torque the gun or have it at a specific angle or have some crazy grip strength. It's just a simple button. You push it with the tip of your finger, okay? It's pretty small and recessed there, so you can't accidentally bump it. But it's a very simple push button. And most importantly, it's got pretty good retention the whole way through. So it's not like locking, or it doesn't have like an extra bit of retention against the gun. But again, it's pretty solid right there. I mean, again, it's not locking if that's important to you. But the most important thing to me is when it's out, it is about the most rock solid lockup you could ask for. There's zero play. And I just love it. The fit and finish is absolutely phenomenal. It's not crazy heavy like the Midwest. It's not super light like the JMac either, but I really love this thing. It has steel reinforced QD cups in the back here for running your slings and whatnot. It's got toolless adjustment of the cheek piece, so you can just push this button right here very simply, lift that up, and it locks into place. It's very solid and audible clicks. I like to run mine not all the way down. That's all the way down right there. I like to run mine like one click up from there. So about right there is where I like to run mine, and it's perfect. It also has length of pull adjustment, although I am 6'1", so I'm not your short king, but also this thing is plenty long for where I like to run my stocks. You know, even with my traditional buffer tube stocks, I don't like to run them all the way out. I like to run it right where that's collapsed all the way in. That feels great for me. So I don't actually adjust the length of pull, but you have that option. Really nice, big rubber butt pad there. Not that you have a lot of recoil, but it gives you good grip, so that's not going to worry about slipping off your shoulder pocket if you're running plates or something, or you're running nods and you got this thing sitting up pretty high in the shoulder pocket. It still gives you some good grip. And obviously FTE is a complete vibe, so absolutely love that thing. Now moving over to the BRE, the bufferless receiver extension. We have it here on the SIG Spear 300 Blackout. This is the tan one. The AK has the black one, but I'll show you real quickly. Just take the brace off. Again, same exact folding mechanism, so really solid, nothing really to add there. There's a 2-bolt lockup there on the 1913 pick rail. It's also very narrow, so if you have a narrow pick section to attach this to, it aesthetically looks great. But then it's got, I mean, again, fit and finish is phenomenal. It's got the adjustments in the back, so for your adjustable stocks or braces. You got your, what's the 6th position there. Milled out for weight savings, but still very robust. I'm a huge fan of this thing, and again, let's put the stock back on there, or the brace rather. And again, it's the same exact thing. Same little button push, same little retention you get there. And yeah, it's just solid, super solid lockup. You can hear it. I mean, it is absolutely money well spent, because these things are not cheap. Again, I don't know how much these are because they sent them to me, but I know that I paid a lot of money for my JMac stock. Midwest Industries is not cheap either. Brownhouse had sent me that one, but you could tell that I like these better because those are sitting in a drawer, the Midwest and the JMac. And the JMac, there's not, I don't know how to explain this. It's not like that. It might be personal preference if you like aesthetically, if you like the JMac. Here, I'll show you guys what it looks like. The JMac looks awesome. It's very lightweight, but again, it doesn't have the steel reinforced cups there. I had to add the cheek piece. It's non-adjustable. It just is 2 bolts that bolt in. Although it is a total vibe, and it also does not have the most solid, has a pretty solid lockup. This is actually the SIG folding mech, so this is an older SIG folding mechanism. But again, I'm just a huge fan of the JMac stuff, and that's why that one and the Midwest both are sitting in a drawer and not on any guns currently, because these just outperform it in every way. Now there's a little bit of play with the brace here, but when you put a gunfighter stock on there, you know, it works fine. So that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys the one in black real quick. So same exact thing, just in black. We have it on a Arsenal SAM7 44K Genesis here. Same exact thing. Same reasons I love it. It just works. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. We're going to do another live soon as well. So let me know what you guys want to see in a live video. Head on over to brownells.com. Use bro code RDB10 using the link in the description. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. And also RDB10 over at Samson Manufacturing. Just support those guys because they're a pretty cool company and they make pretty cool stuff for the money. I think it's a great value. And from what I've shot and what my experience is, it's my favorite to date. So yeah, love you guys. Drink a lot of water. Christ is king. And love your neighbor. And yeah, take care. See you soon.